Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a powerful Buddhist story that reveals 5 crucial things that can prevent you from reaching your goals. This story is about mindset, about understanding the obstacles within ourselves that often hold us back from the success we truly desire and deserve. It's easy to look at external factors, but true growth always begins with inner reflection. Are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey of self-discovery? Let's begin. In a tranquil monastery nestled amidst the Himalayas, lived a young monk named Tenzin. He was a diligent student, always eager to learn and grow. Tenzin was eager to reach enlightenment, to dedicate his life to wisdom and compassion. He had heard stories of great monks who had achieved profound peace and understanding, and he aspired to be like them. Every day, he would set out with the other monks, their saffron robes flowing as they walked the mountain paths, chanting ancient mantras. The rhythm of their chants was meant to focus the mind and elevate the spirit. But Tenzin found his mind wandering. The sound of birdsong, which was supposed to be a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life, the distant laughter of children, which should have been a symbol of joy and innocence, even the wind rustling through the leaves. They all pulled at his attention. Instead of finding peace in these sounds, he found distraction. He would start his meditation with the purest intention only to find himself distracted by thoughts of the village below, of his family, of unfinished chores. His mind was like a restless monkey always jumping from one thought to another. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and Tenzin felt no closer to his goal. He began to doubt himself, wondering if he was truly cut out for the monastic life. The distractions, like mischievous spirits, seemed to multiply, always there to lure him away from his practice. He felt as if he was in a constant battle with his own mind, a battle he was losing. One day, an elder monk noticed Tenzin's struggle. With a gentle smile, he approached the young monk and said, "Tenzin, I see that you are troubled. Remember, the path to enlightenment is not a straight line. It is filled with twists and turns, and it is through these challenges that we grow." The elder monk continued, "Distractions are a part of life. They are not to be fought against but understood. Each distraction is a lesson, a mirror reflecting our inner state. Embrace them, learn from them, and you will find that they lose their power over you." Tenzin took the elder monk's words to heart. He began to approach his meditation with a new perspective. Instead of resisting the distractions, he observed them, acknowledged them, and let them pass. Slowly he found that his mind began to settle. With time, Tenzin's practice deepened. He learned to find stillness amidst the chaos, to see the beauty in the distractions. The birdsong became a melody of life, the children's laughter a reminder of joy, and the rustling leaves a dance of nature. Tenzin's journey was far from over, but he had taken an important step. He walked the mountain paths with a renewed sense of purpose, his heart light and his mind clear. The distractions were still there, but they no longer held him back. They had become a part of his practice, guiding him towards the enlightenment he sought. And so, in the tranquil monastery, nestled amidst the Himalayas, Tenzin continued his journey, one mindful step at a time, towards the wisdom and compassion he so deeply desired. One evening, as the sky blazed with the colors of the setting sun, the world seemed to hold its breath in a moment of serene beauty. The mountains stood tall, their peaks kissed by the last rays of daylight, and the sky was a canvas of oranges, pinks, and purples, blending together in a harmonious dance. In this tranquil setting, Tenzin found the courage to open up about his inner turmoil. He confessed his struggles to the elder monk, Dorje, his voice tinged with the weight of his burdens. Tenzin spoke of the doubts that plagued his mind, the fears that held him back, and the uncertainty that clouded his path. Dorje listened with a compassionate smile, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of years spent in deep contemplation. He had seen many like Tenzin, young souls burdened by the weight of their own expectations and the harsh judgments they placed upon themselves. "Tenzin," he began, his voice a gentle rumble, "the first obstacle on the path to any goal is the distraction of the mind. Our thoughts are like restless waves, constantly shifting and changing, never allowing us to find stillness. It's like a butterfly, flitting from flower to flower, never settling long enough to find true nectar." Tenzin watched a butterfly dance among the flowers, its delicate wings a blur of motion. He realized that his mind was much like this butterfly, always moving, never at peace. He understood that to achieve his goals, he needed to calm the chaos within. Tenzin nodded, recognizing the truth in Dorje's words. He saw the wisdom in the elder monk's teachings and felt a glimmer of hope. But as he pondered further, he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to his struggle. He realized that his mind was like a wild horse, untamed and easily spooked. It would take patience and perseverance to tame this wildness, to bring his thoughts under control. But even as he acknowledged this, another deeper fear gnawed at him. Dorje continued, "But there is another obstacle, one even more insidious, the weight of self-doubt. This doubt is like a shadow that follows us, whispering in our ears that we are not good enough, that we will never succeed. It is a poison that seeps into our minds, paralyzing us with fear. When we doubt our abilities, we become our own jailers, trapping ourselves in a cycle of negativity. We build walls around our potential, confining ourselves to a prison of our own making. But just as we have the power to build these walls, we also have the power to tear them down." Dorje's words resonated deeply with Tenzin. He realized that the key to overcoming his self-doubt lay within him. It was a matter of shifting his perspective, of believing in his own worth and capabilities. He understood that the journey ahead would not be easy, but it was a journey worth taking. With renewed determination, Tenzin decided to embrace his journey, to face his fears head-on, and to trust in his own strength. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the world in twilight, Tenzin felt a sense of peace wash over him. He knew that the path to self-discovery was long and winding, but he was ready to walk it, one step at a time. The weight of self-doubt may never fully disappear, but Tenzin now understood that it did not have to define him. He could rise above it, find his own light, and let it guide him through the darkest of nights. And so, under the emerging night sky, Tenzin took his first step towards a future filled with promise and possibility. Chapter 3. The Illusion of Tomorrow. Tenzin thought about Dorje's words. They echoed in his mind, resonating with a truth he had long avoided. He realized that he often compared himself to other monks, convinced that they were more disciplined, more enlightened. This constant comparison was like a shadow that followed him, casting doubt on his every action. This comparison fueled his self-doubt, making him question his own potential. He would see the serene faces of his fellow monks, and wonder why he couldn't achieve the same peace. The more he compared, the more he felt inadequate. "Procrastination, my son," Dorje explained, his hand resting gently on Tenzin's shoulder, "is the art of making excuses for our inaction. We create elaborate reasons to justify our delays, convincing ourselves that we need more time, more preparation. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, that we need the perfect conditions, but the truth is, the perfect moment never arrives. The illusion of tomorrow is a trap, a comforting lie that keeps us from taking action today." Tenzin looked down at his hands, realizing how often he had put off his meditation, telling himself he would make up for it later. He saw now that these were just excuses, a way to avoid facing his own fears and insecurities. He remembered the times he had promised himself to start fresh the next day, only to find himself repeating the same patterns. The cycle of procrastination had become a comfortable routine, one that was hard to break. Dorje's words were a wake-up call. Tenzin understood that he needed to break free from the illusion of tomorrow. He needed to take action now, in the present moment, and not wait for a future that might never come. He decided to commit to his practice with renewed determination. He would no longer let the fear of failure or the comfort of procrastination hold him back. Each moment was an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better. Tenzin joined his fellow monks in their daily rituals, feeling a sense of unity and purpose. He realized that they too had their struggles, their moments of doubt, but they faced them head-on, with courage and perseverance. The illusion of tomorrow had lost its power over him. Tenzin felt a newfound clarity, a sense of peace that came from living in the present. He knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but he was ready to face it, one step at a time. Chapter 4. The Chains of Toxic Ties. As the days passed, Tenzin began to see how these obstacles were interconnected. The distractions fed his self-doubt, making him question his ability to focus. This doubt, in turn, led to procrastination, as he delayed the very practice that could quiet his mind. Dorje, sensing Tenzin's growing understanding, introduced him to the fourth obstacle: toxic relationships. "We are all interconnected," he explained, "like threads in a tapestry. The energy we surround ourselves with affects our own vibration." Tenzin thought of the other young monks who often gossiped and complained, their negativity seeping into his own thoughts. Chapter 5. The Power of Consistent Action. Dorje placed a hand on Tenzin's shoulder, his gaze filled with kindness. Consistency, Tenzin, is the bridge between intention and results. It's not about perfection, but about showing up every day, even when it's difficult. Tenzin realized that his efforts had been sporadic, like a flickering candle in the wind. He would have moments of intense focus, followed by days of apathy. He understood now that true progress required a steady, unwavering commitment. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Remember, your mindset is the key to achieving your goals. Stay focused and stay positive. Just like Tenzin, we all face obstacles on our journey. But by understanding these 5 things, distractions, negative self-talk, procrastination, toxic relationships, and inconsistency, we can begin to overcome them. Remember, the path to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it.